Hi, Scott Orlin with CINEMA-Magazin. Are you ready to laugh? Go to the theater soon. You're going to see a movie called The Boss, and part of the reason for that is my lovely guest here today, Kristen Bell. Congratulations on the movie.
Thank you.
Just talk about your own relationship about The Boss. I mean, what does it take to be a good boss, and what does it take to be a bad boss?
Ooh, well, it's strange because a lot of people that are bosses and that have had success, they're there because they have very large egos. So I think the number one quality of a boss is to keep your egos in check and respect everyone who works for you.
And when you see this movie, her boss in the film is played by the subtle Melissa McCarthy, I will say that, who is a force of nature.
Yeah.
Talk about working with her. I mean, how much inspiration does she give an actor on set?
Melissa is an incredible paradox because on camera she is an effortless and crazy and like a genius comedian, but in real life she's quite demure and incredibly kind. Her comedy comes from a happy place, and it makes working alongside her so enjoyable because you can feel that she genuinely wants you to succeed as well.
Now, when you see this movie, I almost encourage you to eat before you go, because during the process of the film, this lovely young actor right here is making brownies, and you are going to be salivating because you're going to want some. So let's talk about that. Did you actually make the brownies while making this movie, or were they prepared beforehand?
They were prepared by the prop department. I don't think anyone would have felt safe about whatever I was using at home. There are rules in the film industry about what you can serve to people to make sure, you know, it's sanitary. But we had like trays and trays and trays of hundreds of brownies throughout the course of this production. And week 1 and week 2, we were stealing bites. And by week 8, we were very much over these rock hard brownies that we were using.
But if rumor has it, if you actually had to get out there and sell a particular product, there's a couple of things in your baking experience that you could do well.
Yeah, these days I make a lot of zucchini muffins. I have 2 very young children who don't, let's say, love to cooperate. And I found it to be a delicious form of currency where I know I'm sliding in a vegetable and it gets them to do what I need them to do. So if they're not getting dressed in the morning, I say, well, we could have a zucchini muffin when we're done, and they immediately do it.
And speaking of children, I want to make something aware that a lot of you are out there who are readers in Germany, that you pick up magazines and you see pictures of celebrities, but you also see pictures of their kids. And what you don't realize is that the photographers didn't have the permission to take those pictures of the children. And this lovely, talented woman is an advocate to try and change that. Can you talk a little bit about what you're trying to do, or what you hope maybe readers can do to try and make this a different scenario?
Yeah, I think that the readers have all the power. The consumers always have the power. You vote with your dollars. And the whole situation changed for me when I had a child and she was photographed and she was very scared at the time. And I think what I am begging people to acknowledge, or would love to expose them to, is the fact that when you see a smiling picture of a child, that picture was taken most likely where the child felt happy in that one moment of the picture, and then the rest of the afternoon they were followed by strange men and felt the only feeling they can feel, which is predator and prey. It's not safe for children to be followed by any strangers, ever. And to me, it's not a celebrity issue, it's a parenting issue. You should have the permission of the parent in order to take a photograph of the child. And I wanted to let consumers know they are able to speak up and tell magazines and television channels, I don't want you using photographs unless the parent allows you to. And thankfully, we've seen a wonderful cooperation here in the US where people have said, oh, of course I don't want to be looking at pictures of children if they were, you know, sad and disgruntled the rest of the day because they were scared.
And you have just heard from the boss herself. So, Kristen, I cannot thank you enough. Best of luck with the film. And this is Scott Orlin. Until next time, I'm going to have a brownie.